What's happening, guys? Welcome to another edition of Memory Lane Comics Picks of the Week. This week I'm coming at you solo again. We're still kind of wondering where Jake is, but it's cool. We'll probably find him anytime soon. So we're just going to jump right into this thing again. I'm going to start it off with Civil War number 4. Now, we've talked about this book a bunch already, but I got to keep talking about it because it's that good. If you haven't gotten in on Secret Wars on any of the levels, then I don't know what you're waiting for. You must just not want to read some of the best comics that are out there right now. But Civil War has to be spoken of among the best of them. This time we kind of get into a really big twist. I'm not going to give you any hints as to what the twist is, but I will tell you it brings in an entire other event that I was not expecting to be brought up in this thing at all. So I'm really excited about it. You got to get on it.
Are you trying to fix the week without me again?
Hey Jake, it's Jake, everybody. So what's your pick of the week, buddy?
My first pick is Bitch Planet number 5. This one was awesome, man. I'm so hyped on this comic. I had to hang out with Kelly Sue kind of digitally the other day, which was really super cool.
Super fun.
This one really gets the story going with this game that we've been talking about the entire series, so it's fun to see what they're actually doing with this. I know Kelly Sue was asking questions on Twitter about football rules and this and that, so we're trying to start to see that fleshed out. We're seeing more of the actual story behind the people who are running Bitch Planet and what they're trying to do with this whole money-making scheme.
Yeah.
It's kind of like analyzing feminism and the NFL at the same time, and it's very, very interesting, really fun comic. I'm looking forward to the next one. We'll see what happens. And you get 8 pages of the letters pages with Kelly Sue stuff. It's always awesome.
All right, so for my second pick of the week, I'm going to go with Red Skull number 3, staying on the Secret Wars train. I've been on it for a long time. He's a little bitter that I did picks of the week without him last week, but hey, we couldn't find him, so whatever. But we're jumping into it. Joshua Williamson, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what happened in the first 2 issues. Magneto is hanging out in the Deadlands with Red Skull, and it looks like Red Skull is one of those few people that can actually survive out in the Deadlands amongst all the zombies, and he's just kind of out there kicking butt.
Yeah.
And he's pretty cool, even though he's still like a horrible, horrible person. But he's kind of awesome.
How do you make a way for me to like the Red Skull?
Yeah.
He's like Rambo out in
he's the Rambo of zombie superhero land. He needs Magneto's help. We jump right back into it with Red Skull has some contacts, and they need Magneto and his powers to break some stuff down, try to get back past that shield. And this is kind of where we pick up. Phenomenal story. Joshua Williamson absolutely killing it. Riley Rossmo on the artwork, just having a blast, and it is so worth reading.
Absolutely. For my next pick, I'm going to go with The New Walking Dead. I mean, I feel like it's going to be hard to take that one off of Picks of the Week as long as it's coming out now, post this whole new status quo. It is so ridiculously good, and it's the first time that we've seen the group in a spot where they're just like, what do we do? Yeah. In a way that's like, I'm really kind of wondering what they do. Usually it's just like, well, you go in there and you take them down.
Well, I think they made a really good point in this issue of how they're not ready for something like this to happen again. They've been sitting kind of on the laurels for like 2.5 years.
Happy. Yeah, and so it's good to see them back in this position of a survival mode. I mean, it's almost like country versus country now, and you're starting to see where it's not just this little tiny group that's trying to survive on their own. It's like they've got a civilization. And there's another civilization that is actually scary. And it's really, really interesting.
Well, they actually have something to protect, not something to try and gain. They're not trying to gain anything anymore. They're just trying to protect their land. And
it's like a political thriller now. Yeah. And it's really, really good. I'm enjoying it.
Really great turn for Walking Dead. Absolutely great turn. All right, so for our shared pick of the week, we're going to go with a brand new book people have been really excited about. New number 1. The hype was worth it, I thought, personally. It's Star Wars Shattered Empire number 1.
This is a journey to The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So this is like the kickoff. This is right after Return of the Jedi, and we're seeing everybody is literally the day of when they're partying with Ewoks and hanging out.
Yeah. And
we're seeing what's going to happen post, the original series and how we build into what's happening.
We're kind of getting some new characters in there. Some people who, since they restarted this whole thing and started doing a new canon in the Star Wars universe, we haven't seen a ton of new characters just thrown in there for moving a story along, but we actually get introduced to some of those characters in this one. Very interested to see what they do with them, because they're kind of these two that are, they're hanging on with Chewie and Han, who have been the stars of the Star Wars books so far, in my opinion. But we get to see more of them. I've never seen anything from this Chichetto, I think is how you say his name.
The artwork is ridiculous.
Oh, wow, guys.
And then it's Greg Rucka, so it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. And for me, this is the most interesting part of this Marvel Star Wars launch yet, because the only thing that we don't know what happens after
Yeah.
So that like, to be reading something that's like all brand new territory is so great to me, and I'm very, very excited.
Yeah,
to feature
there's no
this comic.
cap on what could happen anymore, and in that sense, there's so much more at stake. Just from this first issue, there's so much more at stake than there has been in the the 8 of the Star Wars and the 9 of Darth Vader and everything. So it's been, I actually love it. Can't wait to read the second issue.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us again, guys. That's it for this week's Picks of the Week. We look forward to seeing you next week with some all new stuff. Thanks for watching our video, guys. Don't forget to check out all of our other videos on MLC TV on YouTube.
Check out our website, mlcshop.com. You can find all kinds of cool new information, all of our picks of the week. It's an awesome website.
And if you're ever in Wilmington, don't forget to stop by and check us out. We got a huge shop we love to share with the world. And thanks, guys.